Beep, beep, beep. Welcome back, everyone. This is Arathon playing what should be the last part of A Link to the Proto, a hack of The Legend of Zelda A Link to the Past that incorporates a number of beta and prototype elements. Mostly it's been graphics and overworld changes. There have been some minor adjustments to some dungeons, and a complete redesign of Agahnim Tower. So as usual, having saved in the Dark World, we start on top of the pyramid. We have left at this point Ice Palace, Misery Mire, and Turtle Rock, and then of course Ganon's Tower and Ganon himself, presuming this goes the way as it would in the original game. So first order of business, go back to the Light World, flute to where we want to go. I think right around here would get us to safety. Yep. Yeah, because the castle is much smaller in this version of the game, you can't just mirror from the top of the pyramid and land on it. So, the next dungeon is Ice Palace, so of course we're going to Misery Mire first. And by of course, I mean the Cane of Samaria is presumably here, it normally would be, and it makes Ice Palace a lot easier. So we have Misery Mire. Huh. The swamp isn't swamp, it's just land. Actually, as I recall, this is called the Swamp of Evil. Only the dungeon itself technically is Misery Mire. It looks pretty neat. We have more flowery kind of motif. There's the Ether Medallion symbol there. Let's go in Mire Shed. This looks the same except for the tile set. Alright, the Mirror Rock Array Squish doesn't work because this is based on... I forget whether it was the North American or European version of the ROM. Either way, this is not based on the original Japanese version of the ROM, so it does not have some of the glitches from that version. This is interesting. I don't remember there being a cave back here, but it's just money. There is normally a cave on the right side. Also, I think Checkerboard Cave is not here. Yeah, there's just nothing here. They did take out a number of heart containers and pieces, so... Yeah, there's a cave over here. It always is. Let's see if he heals you. Yeah, there's your clue. Yeah, most of the Dark World hint-giving NPCs that charge money will also give you free heal. Well, not free, but... healing is a bonus. Although, the right one I think is a fairy anyway. Yeah. Regardless. Oh yeah, the only reason really to go to Ice Palace before coming here, unless of course you're in a randomizer and that's the only choice you have, is that you get armor in Ice Palace. If you can get through here without the armor, which really isn't that bad, then you really don't need to go there first. This is the same as always. Just search out across there. You can also boot slam into the block on the left to bounce across. Sword beams to take out Wizrobes. This is weirdly contracted. Okay. Of course I get hit by the Beamos. If I were doing more of a speed run, I'd probably Fire Rod to take this out. But I'm not, so I don't really care. Now, assuming this goes the same way as usually, I want to go up here first. Yeah, the blocks are up there. Come in here, get to the chest at the end. I actually don't remember what's in the chests in the vanilla version of the dungeon, so I'm playing this more like randomizer. Okay, there's one key. boots are very nice to have there, and a lot of other places. Interesting. There's normally a pot up there with a key in it, but it's over here now. There's another key. This should be walled off with those blocks, yep. Of course, that's in the way. Let's take a quick bottle check. Okay, 2 fairies and a blue potion. And an empty bottle. Yep, that path there is still blocked off. And so far, other than that one room being smaller, this is the same as always. Even the key there. Go with the conveyor belts, it's faster. Of course, I run into that. I think that's all the keys. No, some of them are from drops and pots, so there's one more, I think. There are 4 randomized keys in Randomizer. But one of them was from under a pot, one of them was an enemy drop, so that's up to 6, and I used 2 so far. Yep, compass. Completely unnecessary. And the conveyor's not here. Interesting. There's a full magic. The mirror blocker ace doesn't work, but I think... Oh, this is a different layout anyway, so I don't know which box I can push. Not that one. Yeah, let's get this solved first and then worry about lighting them. Okay, looks like I need to reset the room. Oh, super tile, really. So, rooms. So this is a bit more of a puzzle. You can't just push the box on the side of it and have it work. Okay, that one's accessible. And down here, you need to go like that. Okay, that's all in place now. Let's just use the fire rod. Probably would have had enough time to go over and light it with the lamp, but I'd rather not take chances. And this always feels like it takes forever, and it's worse because you can't see the wall going back. Yep, same clue as always. Those will sometimes drop hearts. So this will be the big key. The water here does not look right. No, I don't remember there being a... Okay. I guess that's how you're supposed to get across Bumper Cave, then. That's what takes the place of the... yeah, the bug catching net. It's basically a more awkward Rock's Feather. Okay. My aim is terrible. Okay, you can't jump over pots. tried to jump over the bunny beam, that didn't work. Yep, can't jump past the railing. This, I think, was the map. Yep. Okay, you can't just jump into there midair. This is an interesting option. It definitely changes how you play the game. Or can, anyway. I always liked the Rock Scuther. Just being able to hop over things. It's a big key door. There's some more magic over here. Not that I really need it, but I'll take it anyway. Well, I was wondering what was going to be in that last inventory spot, and it looks like that's it. Huh. Okay, this room has changed. I'm guessing the switch is in here now? No? This is just the rupee cache, as usual. What? Was that a kill room and I just got all the slimes off screen? This is a kill room. Which honestly makes more sense than what's in that room in the final. It's just you walk through it. Right, no quick swap. I'm assuming this works the same as in the final, so it probably does. That I need to use a bomb on. Yeah. I was expecting this to come out and... yeah. Alright. This room, come up here, hit the switch. No magic under the pod. That's different anyway. Yeah, it didn't go enough into the doorway. Free healing there. This looks different. It doesn't make much difference, but it looks different. Alright. Time for the cape glitch. Yeah, the cape, for whatever reason, the game forgets to take magic away from you while you're swinging your sword, so you can just kind of come in here and swing wildly and... well, you can see what's happening. Magic is still going down, but much more slowly than it normally would. Switch to arrows to finish it off. And yes, damage you do while it sticks out of the slime and hit it with your sword does carry over to the final phase, so that only took 2 arrows instead of the usual 8. I suppose it's also possible they reduced the health in this version, but I did hit it quite a few times. And now we'll have talking. Same as always. At least I'm pretty sure. It's not as though I have the original text up to compare with, and it's not like I've memorized it either. But that does look the same. That's definitely the same. Okay, so that's all inventory items, except for equipment upgrades. This should be... yep, right in that hallway there. Right, and the magic shop was... over here. going to buy another potion just to do something with all this money. Definitely a less convenient magic shop placement with where the flute spots are anyway. Is it over here? Yes. And on to ice. Of course, it would help if I did not run into a rock. Swimming physics in this game have always been awkward. That's the same. Statues are smaller. They both... Okay, they're both alive. I feel like one is plenty. Yep, ice physics, same as always. You need the key to come down here. Going to demonstrate a use of the Quake Medallion. Make sure they're on the ground. And bam. Yep, that's the compass. Is this a kill room? Well, that's different. Actually, I'm not sure I'll be able to Icebreaker. Yeah, this is different enough that it may not work. Yeah, I don't think it can. So we'll do it the traditional way. Probably for the best regardless, since we'll see more of the dungeon this way. Now, still need bombs down there. Alright, try and get them grouped together. Definitely a different layout in this room. And they're lagging the... It seems like something else is lagging it. Maybe it's this room's fault. And no key here. And I can't go back. Actually, I can. Alright, I'm going to try the Ice Palace Bomb Jump. Problem is, I'm not sure I remember the setup exactly. I'm going too far back. Be right. I think that's too low. What are you supposed to do, though? If that's in the wrong spot. Just mirror out? Yeah. I mentioned I'm not very good at bomb jumps. Okay, that worked. I don't think it was quite what I was trying to do, but it worked. Alright, I still need to hit this to make the door open. That didn't work. Alright, I'm gonna cheat a bit. Pretend that didn't happen. Okay, into the dungeon proper. I don't have a key to go to the right. This room has more spikes. I don't like spikes. Alright, I'll do this the way you're supposed to. Except I don't have the big key yet, so there's no real point to doing that. I'll jump in anyway. Yep, this room is the same. And just to double check. Yep, that trick still works. I don't think there were any keys in here. There aren't normally anyway. Nope, just arrows and bombs. And one of these opens the door. These things are still annoying. Or maybe it's a kill room? Oh, I can drop down and kill the boss. And honestly, I might as well, since it doesn't look like I can get out of here anyway. Oh, that was not as intended. Definitely got too close to that. Also, is it just me or is the fire rod green as I'm using it? Really not that bad with half magic. But I still need to go back in and figure out how to get to the big key without the small key that you'd normally get in the room before the bomb jump. Speed this up. Yeah, nothing special there. 2 more hearts to get. One of them is from the Turtle Rock boss, the other is from the heart piece that's on the floating island, so I know where all of them are. This room I don't even need to kill anything, just go right through it. That room, once you have the chest, you can just ignore it. Yeah, definitely the fastest way to deal with that. I think there's a reason they made that not a kill room. in the release game. Oh, wrong way. So much lag in here. Okay, I think that was the vision I wanted it to get through here. Yeah. But it's really strange that that door closes behind you when you can have the pots, or you can have the switches in a position where you would get stuck. Yeah, I've seen people get all 5 of them in one spin attack, but I guess you need better position and timing than that. This is different. But you just want to fall in regardless. Alright, this way should get me up the right side. And these are annoying as usual. Finally got through. There's a reason speedrunners don't go to that room if they can help it. It's also possible to bomb jump across there, but it's pretty precise. Okay, there's spikes here. That's a different doorway, but otherwise the same. A button to make the chest appear, but otherwise mostly the same. Switch to hammer. There's that key. There's the map. Yeah, this is a pretty big dungeon. Alright, still need to be to go to iced tea room. Another key. Okay, first to the big chest. Oh no, I'll come down here, go to iced tea, then get the big chest. And that should be everything. This is spikes instead of walls here. But the ice golem is not there in the wall, so that's a little easier in a sense. Okay, it's just another key. Figured it had to be, because you need the key to get into the room before the boss normally, to flip the switch so you can push the block down. Come to think of it, I didn't even use Samaria in here, because you can't icebreaker as far as I can tell. And I didn't need it to get to the boss because of something resembling the usual bomb jump. Okay, this should be the armor. Kind of curious what exactly color it'll come out as. Because this, yeah, the clothing is already more bluish than usual. Okay. Oh, that might be on top of the rock. Not quite. We're good. And I want to flute to 7 because it's actually useful in this map layout. So as I recall, it's right next to... Oh. Yeah, over here. It's right next to the tile. Yeah, and I already did Bombos because I have Bombos. Now I just need to get to the bomb shop. Is that a fairy? It despawned. Okay, it's up there. And as I recall, you can't jump off of that, so you need to go around. Yeah, that's solid. Yes, this overworld is a lot less convenient in general. And bees are as hard to hit as usual. Well, we've got the jumbo bomb. And this should be the fastest way to get it to the pyramid. Yep, basically the same as in the regular game. Although when I first played, it never occurred to me that you could take the bomb with you to the light world, so I always ran around regardless. Over the hammer peg bridge. Okay, so this should give me the sword and arrow upgrades. Yep. Just wait for this to activate again. There's the sword. And there's the gold sword. So that's everything except Mirror Shield and Red Mail. And of course the last crystal. Need to mirror first, then flute. Actually, can I mirror from here? Nope. That would normally be in the courtyard. No item dashing, so I can't use hook speed. And of course the dead rock gets in the way. It's what they do best. Alright, there's no hookshot bridge here, there's just a land bridge. Always felt weird. I noticed that my first time up the mountain, and yeah. I was definitely not expecting that. This looks a little odd. But apparently that's just how Death Mountain looks in this game. Or with this tile set. Which presumably is a prototype thing. Anyway, Super Bunny Cave. Mirror trick won't work, but the hookshot trick should still. Yeah, messed it up. This is another one of those caves. I forget what's there in the original game. And yeah, this will sometimes fall into holes on their own. 20 rupees and bombs. Alright, in Hookshot Cave. And curious if Mimic Cave is still there, because all the heart pieces are accounted for. Oh, come on. I hate when they do that. Pretty sure this is just money in the vanilla game. Yeah. I think you can get back that way without falling in a hole, but it's not that big a deal. Oh. Right. Because you have the jumping boots, you don't need the invisible platforms. Yeah, I'm noticing a bit of graphical glitching in the heart meter, probably because it expects to be longer. Is this a fairy? I thought so. Well, that's interesting. There's a different palette in the Dark World. Or at least in this cave. Not sure if that's universal or not. I think this was a shop. Or maybe it's small fairies. Okay, yeah, it's a small fairy found. Yeah, I like what's in my bottles, so we'll keep that. Okay, and try next we'll have the last heart container. Yeah, I was about to switch to the mirror and forgot I already had it on. These look different, but the behavior is the same. Alright, so Quake into here. Quick water break. Okay, that's still there. Not that I need the money. But it's nice to see. Okay, the hint tile is not there. The magic refill is not there. So you could get stuck at the very entrance to the dungeon. I'll work on the assumption that the refill on the northeast room is still there. This room behaves as always. Although I think the fireball shooters are normally in the bottom corners. And those just kind of float there and nothing. Oh, great. I don't know what I'm doing. First you put that down, then you switch to Fire Rod. And yeah, Fire Rod is greenish. Then you hookshot to a torch to fall at the beginning of the room so you can get up here before the door closes, without having to go around the other way like you're supposed to. No key. Never mind. So there is the key, but there's no magic in there. But this magic is still here, so it all works out. Check them out. That looks about the same, I think. Okay, you'll need another key here. And this one has the keyhole on it. That's something we haven't seen in previous dungeons. Okay, this looks like a mess. I never liked this room to begin with. Come on. Yeah, and there has to be that there, because otherwise you can't get out of the room. Yeah, I do have magic, even though it doesn't look any different. For some reason, there's just no graphical indication of it. And that's just a hole instead of lava, which is okay. This room is different. Still an easy spot to get a health refill if you have magic powder. Right, this should be the big key. Yeah, lava chest without lava. I should probably be a little more careful with my magic, but with the half magic and 2 blue potions on reserve, shouldn't be a problem. Especially if I get a lucky drop like that. I'll assume this works like in the commercial game. Room looks different, but otherwise the same. Well, I don't even need to bomb out. Alright. Let's see if Mimic Cave is here. And it is indeed. It even looks the same. Sword beams. Yeah, at this point, money is useless. Yep, there's our mirror shield. Just jump right over that. Yeah, these could have come handy in the Chain Chomp room, actually. This is different. B. Alright, I'll assume the dark room is the same, or close enough. Yes, you are temporarily invincible when your hookshot is out. Yep, Dark Room's the same. Or close enough as makes no difference. I'll take the safety door. It doesn't even need a bomb. There's the key. What was in the other chest? Money. Money. And was the top one 1 rupee? Yep. Starting to come back to me. Because it is thematic. You get 1 money, 1 rupee, 5 rupees, 20 rupees. And no magic refill again. Unless it's on the other side. Not even. Oh, you better have potions. Try next looks different. We have what look like wolf heads. That took... No, it's always 3 hits with a gold sword. It's 5 with tempered. Did not get the double hit, but that's okay. Easy win. Gold sword makes Trinex almost trivial. And there's all hearts, all equipment except red mail. We just need to beat Ganon's tower and Ganon. So this is going more smoothly than I expected. Here's Zelda. She will talk and talk and talk. And of course you're the legendary hero. That's how games work. Yeah, it's kind of interesting. What Zelda's saying implies that there's more of the light world beyond Hyrule, but this is the entire dark world, and Ganon can't leave. Either to go beyond the borders of this, or to go into the light world and elsewhere. He's just kind of stuck in this relatively small area. There's the Lynels. Only 3 Lynels in the game. There's the creepy glowing tower. Oh, Agahnim's tower was a lot different than the actual game. Let's see if Ganon's tower is any different. I'm kind of hoping it is, but I'm not expecting too much. The statues look different, but that's not terribly meaningful. 10 arrows. Bombs. And I think Tire Room has the key that you need to go further right, so let's just leave and go in the other side. Come to think of it, Ice Armos is going to have the same weird behavior, isn't it? And here we can just kind of hop across without doing the hook shot or the boot sponk. Yeah, Ganon's Tower, most of the chests are normally just random junk. I think even the randomizer weighs towards giving random junk here. Yeah, that feels awkward, especially without being able to hear anything. There's no audio feedback. But there are definitely some parts of the game that almost feel designed for it. Alright. I want to put this up so I can go further in this room. Can you do this with red boomerang? Yeah. Yeah, boomerang once it's out will come straight to you and does not care if there's anything in the way. Don't even need to hook shot to the key. I'll do random room even though there's no real reason to. Is that close enough? I think so. Yep, the switch is even in the same spot. Yep, just ammo. So far, no real differences. Don't even need to bonk over that. You just skip the whole thing quite easily. Powder Bob. I guess it makes sense you'd get arrows there. Yeah, but even with Armos Knights' bizarre behavior, this should be pretty simple with silver arrows. Yep, not a problem. There's the big key. Should I do right side, just for the heck of it? I think I will. Yep, that's unchanged. Other than the graphics, of course. That'll be our red mail. I don't know, the red feels a little too bright, especially with that pink hair. Can you jump over these? No, they block you, but if you're in the air, they don't hurt you. So that's something. Alright, the other half of Magic Cheatskate. For whatever reason, when you have your Magic Cape on, as long as you're grabbing a wall or similar thing, the game just forgets it should be taking magic. You stay invincible, the Bunny Beam can't touch you, the Ceiling Master can't touch you, Anti-Fury can't touch you, but you don't use up any magic, and you just sit here and wait for this to finish. And this is the room where you use the fire rod. Just go straight through the spike and not care. It's not that much damage. Burn these, just to get them out of the way. Okay, that does still work. You can't dash and use an item at the same time, this not being based on the Japanese version, but you can dash into the blocks, and it will send them flying. Yeah, it's the compass chip specifically that makes the pits appear. You can jump over those to get to the key more easily. And I'm going to have to reset the room. Is that far enough to reset it? Yeah, that's definitely easier when you can jump over the hazards. Hookshot. I'm still in the doorway. You can't use items when you're in the doorway. Okay, here I don't think I can just jump, so invisible force. Which is probably supposed to be a hint for how you're meant to do this room. You light the torch over there, which then shows that there's actually invisible force. But when you can just jump across, then you can just jump across. And even when you can't do that, you can use the boots or the bomb jumps to get across there. So really, no one who is familiar with the game ever goes through that whole thing. Let's get this out of the way. Okay, but I do need to hit the switches to... Yeah, you can jump pretty far. And you have a lot of air control. So those react to the direction you're pressing and not necessarily to your actual movement. So you can fake them out by swinging your sword, which keeps you from moving, and just holding the direction you want them to move against. You can sometimes dash there, sometimes not. Now this is neat. Here they actually expect you to use the jump boots. And you have to use them, or bomb jumps, to get to down here. Yeah, I do wonder if that room was originally designed with the jump boots in mind. Because that, in the final game, is the only place where you need to use either a bomb jump or a boots bonking off of things jump to get to anything. Alright, 2 hits. I should just be using Fire Rod. Or if it wanders into my face, that works too. Right, the Bemis will block those. Come on. There it goes. That's a terrible start. A miss. That's better. Is this the wizard room? Yeah. So satisfying. This is the other Wayfarer's room that I can never do quite right. Alright, the mirror shield will visually reflect their shots, but it doesn't functionally do anything other than block them. Okay, that's closed. That means I don't have to worry about the despawn bug. Okay, I feel like that's supposed to be a hint for the next room. All these bombs. There's a full refill. And just Moldorm 2. And we're almost done the tower. Two hits, easy kill. Actually, you can probably just jump that. Alright, now for our agonometry exam. Okay, not a good way out. Yeah, definitely too close to him there. I'm looking too much at him and not enough at myself. That was terrible. Didn't get my swing in time. And they're all out of sync. I did at least finish with a double. And this part makes no logical sense in universe. You can't use your food indoors, you can't use your food in the dark world, and yet... duck. I kind of like the floor. Didn't hook shot fast enough. Yeah, the flame effect doesn't look quite right. The outlines are not helping it. Yeah, I have 2 blue potions and 2 fairies in bottles, so this should not be a problem. Not quite a triple. Took too long to get into position. Torch Bush is going, though. Yeah, if you reignite the left-hand torch before the right-hand torch goes out, the right-hand torch never goes out. Which is especially useful if you're trying to beat Ganon without using silver arrows. Which is a thing you're not meant to be able to do, but you totally can. There's our 1x3 bridge. And into the Triforce chamber, so that should be game. I am the essence of the Triforce. And this neat text erasure effect that's not used anywhere else in the game, but does drag this out a bit. The Triforce will grant the wishes in the heart and mind of the person who touches it. If a person with a good heart touches it, it will make his good wishes come true. If an evil-hearted person touches it, it grants his evil wishes. The stronger the wish, the more powerful the Triforce's expression of that wish. Ganon's wish was to conquer the world. That wish changed the Golden Land to the Dark World. Ganon was building up his power here so he could conquer the Light World and make his wish come completely true. But now you have totally destroyed Ganon. His Dark World will vanish. The Triforce is waiting for a new owner. Its golden power is in your hands. Now touch it with a wish in your heart. ... Huzzah! And... where'd the ending go? I'm going to guess that because the overworld was so remixed, everything would look horribly wrong, so it was just cut out of this. I would expect if you know what you're doing, you can change where it puts the camera for those scenes and the NPCs and everything else. But yeah, that would be a lot to coordinate to get it to look right. In the castle alone, the courtyard or the spot outside the gate where the first scene appears, that I think that's somewhere over the lake in this version. Anyway, this is our basically the usual ending. The mountains definitely look different. The having a silhouette that also has a drop shadow doesn't look right. The sky looks pretty nice, but I think the sky is unchanged, so yeah. Main programmer Yasunari Soejima. Object programmer Kazuaki Morita. And more programmers Tatsuo Nishiyama, Yuichi Yamamoto, Yoshihiro Nomoto, Eiji Noto, Satoru Takahata, Toshio Iwawaki, Shigehiro Kasamatsu, Yasunari Nishida. And here's the part of the music that sounds like the original Zelda theme, but remixed, of course. Just as we get to the sound composer, Koji Kondo. Coordinators, Keizo Kato, Tako Shimizu. Printed artwork, Yoichi Kotabe, Hideki Fuji, Yoshiaki Koizumi, Yasuhiro Sakai, Tomoaki Kuroume. Anyway, I should probably go into my impressions and whatever of this, and really my impressions are, as far as using prototype graphics and the jump boots and alternate Armos Knights behavior, it succeeded at incorporating prototype stuff. You even got that little museum outside the Lost Woods that I think was showing off other sprites that were in the resources but didn't get used in this hack specifically. The older version of the map and the redone overworlds to more or less match that. Also interesting. But the problem is the dungeons. They're almost none changed. Which, if that's based on actual prototype stuff, and that's just what the state of dungeons was, that's one thing. But, I don't know, most of them were just boring. I mean, they're fine as far as dungeon goes. They're basically the original dungeons, which are perfectly fine, but just too familiar. There were a few changes here and there, but other than Agahnim's Tower, which was basically a completely different dungeon with a similar feel to it, and it's just the same dungeons. I can at least say this did not go into the thing that a lot of hacks do, where the difficulty level was cranked up obscenely. This is definitely something that, probably except for the Armos Knights fight, which is ridiculously out of place, is entirely accessible for someone who's not a skilled speedrunner, randomizer player, what have you. So, yeah, I could see someone who is just a casual player having fun with this. Again, except for the Armos Knights fight. And yeah, the overworld is interesting, the graphics changes are interesting, but I don't know, I was expecting more. In any case, I think next week I'm going to do one of the randomizer April Fool's seeds, which it's probably no longer available at this point. This is 2 weeks after April 1st. But I have some seeds I generated. I have one with a number of the new options enabled, so I think I'm going to put that up and play through it for a while and see what happens. I have had some of this spoiled for me, so it won't be completely, blind reactions to everything. But yeah, we'll see how that goes. Anyway, this has been Air Felon playing through Link to the Proto, and I hope you enjoyed it. Like I said, the graphics at least are interesting enough to see in action that I think it's worth it for that alone. But in any case, this will be it for the stream. Enjoy your weekend.